Good afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel, Pots and Petals. I hope you're all keeping well and you've had a good day. It's nearly the end of the week. We can get out in the garden and spend a couple of full days down here. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take you through a few of the plants that we've got growing over here in the wildlife corner. I think I gave you a quick tour last time, but today we're actually going to have a little look at each of the plants that we've got, the reason why I've got them, and just a little bit of tips and how to care for them. So let's get into it and see how we get on. Oh, look guys, we've just had little Robin. Oh, where has he gone? Is he under here? Oh, there he be. Hello mate. He's a very friendly guy. He'll probably be going after the old tadpoles, bless him. Having a little bath. Right, okay. That's enough of him. Let's get into the actual garden over here. Hello guys. I managed to get a little bit of footage of the robin. I'll pop him in at the end because he did go for another little bath. So let's start by taking you off into this little corner. So just over here you'll see all the old daffodils from the spring. Planted between, you can see all the forget-me-nots. Now these just pop up every year since I planted my first lot of plants, so if you do like them, you don't need to keep going out buying plants because they will just self-seed all over the place. I love them, so I'm not too fussed about that. The bees love them, so they're a great little plant. Just to spread around really, so I would recommend it because you do get plenty of plants for free once you've planted your first couple in. So, and then just down here we've got a beautiful little primula which is still going strong. I find the primulas flower most of the year and they're just beautiful, that cream with the bright yellow centre. Of course the nettles, you've got to have room for nettles. I don't know why I'm touching them. You can actually hold the leaves quite well and pluck them. It's just those stems which you get the sting from the needle. But great for butterflies. We've got plenty of it here. I just do cut it back once it starts to flower so it doesn't spread too much that way, and you do sometimes just have to pull back some of the roots to stop it spreading everywhere. But it's a great plant for the wildlife, so I'm not too fussed about that growing too much over here. That's the box that I was saying the caterpillars don't know about yet, so we'll see how long we manage to keep the box going. Now as we make our way down, so we've got some more forget-me-nots. Got some pink ones here as well. We've got beautiful little thrift now on the go. These heads will soon be popping that beautiful bright pink. They do normally get a little bit higher than that, so I would like a few more of those just dotted around. I've got a couple. And what hasn't done too well over here is the Begenia. I think they like a little bit more moist. It's quite dry over here in the clay soil, so they haven't even flowered, and this is the second year that they've been in. They haven't spread like they should do, so I think I might find a new spot for them and pop something else in its space. But we'll keep it there for the rest of summer and make sure it's got plenty of water. But yeah, there's 2 or 3 here which haven't spread too much. So let's go over here then. Quite a bit going on over here. The campions, again, a prolific self-seeder. So once you've got 1 or 2 plants, it's just a point of spreading those seeds all over the place, and they will pop up. And they've got beautiful pink red flower. Red campion is how I know it, but it does go by a few different names, with furry silvery foliage, which looks really pretty against this blue. So that's working out quite well over here. I think they might need a bit of a split and divide at some point, but that's not for this year. The Achillea. Now these have gone crazy. I planted a couple of years ago, and they are slowly spreading around. They do get quite large, so you divide them and move them around, which I've done this year, and pop some in some other areas. But yeah, they do great here. I can't remember what colour they are. I think I've got some yellows, some reds, some pinks. So later on in the year I will show you them once they're in bloom and looking stunning. And at the back we've got a very sorry little bay tree. I popped that in a couple of years ago. It hasn't done too well, so I think that will be going. And then we've just got a cotoneaster down there, which I'm hoping to fill that space with for the birds. So that's what we've got round here. And then over here, and we've got loads of alliums that have popped up, but they're blind, so I think it was the seeds. So I think we might just need to wait a couple of years for them to start growing heads, but we'll see how they get on. I'm not going to keep showing you all the forget-me-not, because you know what that is, but we've got some beautiful pinks down here, which clashes with that blue quite nicely. And then just, oh sorry guys, over here, that is the peony that I brought the other day. So I'll give that a water in a minute, just to make sure that's okay. And I'm hoping that will grow and fill that space quite well. Over here now, this is one of my favourite hellebores. I do need to go around and give them a really good dead head. The last thing you want is, let's show you, for these seeds to start to ripen and fall, because they will grow absolutely everywhere and right underneath the plant. So I do weed them out. You could plant them. I don't think they'll carry on the parent plant to the exact, but you never know what you might end up with, so it's definitely worth trying out. So I will go round and deadhead these at some point today or tomorrow, just to make sure we haven't got little hellebores growing all over the place, and it just puts that little bit of strength back into the plants for the winter months. But yeah, beautiful foliage. It's getting quite big now, so I'll see if I can split that. I know they're not a big fan of being split, so we might just leave that for a little while. Down here we've got some more alliums with actual heads on the go, so they should be popping up. Oh, you can just see in there some more polyanthers, which are still going strong. Loads of forget-me-nots. Now I'm just going to bring you back round down here. We've got more Achillea, we've got more forget-me-nots, and just over here is the oxeye daisy type flower that I bought the other day. The yellowy oxeye daisy, so we'll see how that goes there. And just down here is that tiny little hellebore I found the other day, which is putting on quite a bit of growth. You can see some more coming out there, so I'm hopeful. It'll be quite exciting to see what the flowers are like next year, so keep updated for that. Got some little periwinkle here, which I'm hoping will fill some of this ground space up. Again, the bees love that blue flower. And then more of the oxeye daisy, achillea, and again another beautiful hellebore. I do like my hellebores, but I always get them in sales because they are quite an expensive plant to go and buy, so keep an eye out for them because they do really well just getting them in the ground, and they do reshoot the following year. If you can see just down there, we've got a lupin, got a rosemary which is full of grass. I'm hoping that clematis, Warwickshire rose I believe it's called, that'll climb right up over that archway. A waterfall of those pink flowers. And then amongst here, what have we got? Down there you can just about see a hosta, which probably hasn't got enough room, but we'll see how that goes. Frosty Jack, I think, is that a Brunnera? Which is just down in here, which fits quite nicely with the forget-me-nots. They look quite similar, but it's more about that beautiful frosted foliage down there. But that spreads. We've got plenty of grass, more box over there. Got a little foxglove on the go. And then some of this is what I bought the other day, so that's that Meadows Rue, which seems to be alright. We'll give it a little watering in. And over here, that's the second one. And then at the back here, I don't think it likes it here. It's looking very sad, but that's a skimmia. We'll see how it goes. The foliage looks alright. It's just the berries don't seem to do very well over here, so it might be a moisture issue, because it does get very dry and clay, regardless of the amount of mulch I put down. So I might have to try and get some more mulch down soon, just to break up some of that soil. Got more alliums coming up here, and then on the back, don't know if you can see it, that is popping up here, but all along, all in there is honeysuckle. So I'm hoping some of that will climb up that fence, up the trees, and honeysuckle is great for the moths. I think they release their fragrance more at night, so a majority of our plants are actually pollinated by moths more than butterflies. We've got more moths here in the UK than butterflies, so they are a very important species to be looking after. And then over there in the pot, we've got my cordlin and my hosta, which is already getting eaten by the snails and the slugs, which is a shame, but it happens every year. So I really must get some nematodes to try and stop that, because we don't use slug bait here. Not a fan. It's awful for the environment, and I've seen an awful video of a hedgehog, so after they'd eaten some of the slug bait, and it's not a nice sight, and it's put me off for life. So if you know anybody that does use it, or if you use it yourself, there's loads of alternatives out there, and it might be worth just trying to find that video, because it really would put you off, honestly. So that's what we've got going over in the wildlife corner at the moment. I call it my wildlife corner purely because it's where I try and put as many plants for the bees, the butterflies, all of those pollinating insects. But it's also right next to the pond, so it is great for wildlife over here. I do have another garden area, which is just at the front, but I'll save that for another day. And I am hoping, let me just step back a little bit over here. So I need to try and fill in some of these gaps a little bit. Once I've moved that skimmier out, I'm going to have another area. So I'll be giving that a go over the next couple of weeks, getting this a bit more tidied up and getting some more plants in there. I would like to try and get some more native plants, but sometimes the nurseries and their beautiful plants, I don't always go for the native ones, so we'll see what we can find. So that's all we've got for today, folks. I know it was quite a quick video this time, but I just wanted to show you an area of the wild garden and the plants that I'm growing. I'll keep you updated throughout the year so that you can start seeing some of the blooms, because it is still quite green and it's just full of this forget-me-not at the moment. So there's definitely more to come. And don't forget, I'll pop a little video of that robin that came back at the end of this. But if you've got any questions about the plants or what I do, just give me a shout, and I'm always open for suggestions on videos. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I'd love to get to know some of you. So yeah, please don't forget, and I'll see you soon in my next video. See you later, guys. Bye bye.